Theresa Reel in 2009 brought a lawsuit against the New York City Department of Education alleging extreme, severe, pervasive sexual harassment by students without any response from the Department of Education. The complaint was amended in 2010 to allege retaliation against her for bringing the action. We've recently resolved the lawsuit. Ms. Reel has settled her claims against the Department of Education for the sum of $450,000.
I was called an effing B on a regular basis. There were so many really bad, horrible situations, but one that pops out in my mind. I was in the classroom teaching a lesson. I had two students who failed abysmally the first marking period. Both male, both came to me and said, "Miss, what can I do? This F is not going to make my mother happy. What can I do to do better in your class?" And I would say, it was simple. Pay attention, don't sleep, because you were sleeping most of the time. Turn the electronic devices off, put them away, just pay attention. And they went from an F the first marking period to both received, I think, A's or B's the second marking period. And the two who had gone from F to A had very proudly shown other students, other male students in the class, "Hey, look what I did, you know, this is what I accomplished." And other students who slept during class or played or wouldn't pay attention and still had F's the second market, the second 9 weeks, became angry. And I remember doing the lesson in class, and I was not allowed to leave the room, said, "Oh, loud enough for me to hear, he must have eaten her P word." And I tried to ignore it, and I turned my back and kept writing on the board, and a student in the back yelled, "Miss, didn't you hear that? Aren't you going to do anything about that?" And the truth was, I knew that there was nothing I could do. If I sent the student out, the AP would escort them back, and they'd have a smug little smile on their face. There was nothing I could do. And a few tears leaked out, but I kept my back to the students, and I was writing on the board until I managed to compose myself.
It's demeaning enough to be insulted in lewd terms and sometimes even inappropriately touched by students, but when you have an administration that refuses to do anything about it, and in some cases implies that it's your fault because you must not have control over the classroom, even though many of these students weren't even in her classroom, you know, that's what compounds it. Not just that you're being harassed, but that you have an employer who's going to stand idly by and at best ignore it, and at worst try and blame you.
I'm glad it's over. I hope this doesn't happen again with any other female city employee, because teachers are employees of the local government. And call me stupid, call me naive, I'd always thought that female government employees were protected from sexual harassment on the job.